Hey guys, I just want to talk to you for a couple minutes. A lot of people are getting on to me saying, hey, you can't say that Jeffrey Epstein's alive. I've never said that Jeffrey Epstein's alive. I've just said I don't believe he's dead. That doesn't mean I know or have proof that he's alive. Something we have to understand, and I thought we had come to an understanding by now, is that you can't believe anything that mainstream, lamestream, fakestream media says. I don't care if it's left mainstream media or right mainstream media. It's all propaganda. We already know from their own documents that the CIA infiltrated mainstream media a long time ago to initiate their propaganda campaign on the masses. The social engineers control the show. They write the script. They have their stage actors in place. And any bit of information they release to you or me is information they wanted you to see. Look at all the stuff they released from the JFK assassination. Lone gunman, just pounding it into the psyche of the masses. Lone gunman Lee Harvey Oswald. And then they conveniently eliminate that guy and dead men tell no tales. You can't believe everything, and I would go so far as to say you can't believe anything mainstream or government sources say. I thought we'd known this by now. I've never made a statement saying, I guarantee you Jeffrey Epstein's alive. I guarantee you he's on a beach somewhere in Tel Aviv awaiting, facial, plastic surgery so he can live his life sipping margaritas with the senorita, young senoritas. I've never said that. You can't say that. You can't say, I guarantee you he's dead, or I guarantee you he's alive. There's no guarantees, but there are some guarantees. I can guarantee you mainstream, lamestream, fake stream media lies. You can watch them set up fake scenes. You can watch, I put it in a video yesterday. I put just a small clip in where they were setting up a protest scene. Getting all the protesters together, getting all their signs together so that the interviewer, or the person with the microphone, the CNN talking head, can stand in front of that scene, that tightly shot, highly controlled, mega scripted scene. That's how they do it. And we know from Edward Bernays, just read his book, Propaganda. The whole goal of social engineers is to rewire the minds of the masses to accept eventually a global governance. Crying out for government to help, even though that's completely antithetical to any kind of freedom you could ever possibly have. Those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. We know from historical precedent after historical precedent, if you can believe what they say, because that's all highly controlled and manipulated. But with the advent of the internet, we have an advantage. We have a huge advantage because we can cross-reference things and find out, okay, was this part in history? Is this actually true? And then find out another story. And you don't even have to be boxed into believing anything. Listen to everything, believe nothing. You don't have to believe anything. Because let's face it, everything that they're giving you, you have to exercise some measure of faith in. You have to buy into it, and that's what they want you to do. Is they're hoping for you to buy into this. It's like a big marketing scheme, and their product is deception. And if you buy into it, you're hooked. They got you. They can slip more products into your brain and make you more mesmerized. It's like this Ricky Gervais thing.
Let's have a laugh at your expense, shall we? Remember, they're just jokes. We're all gonna die soon, and there's no sequel.
They're just jokes.
Do you think that the club would actually get this guy up on stage at the Golden Globes to speak if he wasn't part of the club? Yeah, what he said was just, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Oh my God, I can't believe he just roasted Apple like that. Oh my God, I can't believe he just called out perverted Hollywood pedos like that. Why can't you?
NBC clearly don't care either. Fifth time. So, Kevin Hart was fired from the Oscars because of some offensive tweets. Hello?
Hello?
One of the best things for them to do to get the spotlight of perversion off of them is to mock it in public. Why are we surprised at this? Ricky Gervais was invited by the club to speak at a big club Golden Globe event because he's part of the club. Do you think the club owners didn't think that Ricky Gervais would say the things that he said?
Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies.
Do you think that that wasn't approved by the higher echelon? Do you think that Tom Hanks, when they showed Tom Hanks out there in the audience going, do you think that he wasn't acting? They're all actors. They're all playing their part. They're all perverted. They're all probably all involved in pedophilia. And they're there, some are there to laugh, because you saw those, the 2 or 3 blonde chicks that were laughing about his comment about, I was going to talk to you about the people who died, but it wasn't diverse enough. And, because there were too many white people, I can't talk about that. Hitting all those hot button issues, those social hot button issues. Most people who are partially clued in know that Hollywood is run by a bunch of pedophiles, a bunch of perverted, disgusting pedophiles. And the best thing for Hollywood to do is to bring it in the open, mock it.
Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him.
And minimize it, or at least acclimate people to it. It's like the frog in the cold water. You turn it up just a little bit, it gets a little bit warmer, and all of a sudden that frog is boiling, and he never knew it hit him.
If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world.
And they get up there to lecture the public anyway.
So, women 18 to 118, when it is time to vote, please do so in your own self-interest. It's what men have been doing for years.
So when he gets up there also and says, this guy killed himself, unlike Jeffrey Epstein, who didn't kill himself, and people groan. He's like, oh, quit doing that. Just because you're his friend.
Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care.
No telling how many of those people were on Jeffrey Epstein's phone list. And like I said, some people are there, they're scripted to laugh, to moan, that's disgusting. They're all actors, and you're believing the show, and you're buying into the script. Ricky Gervais isn't some kind of hero, he's part of the club. And like George Carlin said, you ain't in it.
Because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club.
You don't attain that level. You don't get an invitation to speak in front of the Golden Globes unless you have an approved script and you're part of the club. All of it's controlled, but it's all devised and concocted to make you think it's not controlled. Oh, this is so spontaneous. They never knew it hit him. They didn't know Ricky Gervais was going to say that. Really? Do you really believe that? We're talking about Hollywood. Land of deception, land of perversion. Didn't know Ricky Gervais was going to get up there and say what he said. It's hilarious.
Even Prince Andrew's like, come on, Leo, mate, you're nearly 50, son.
And then you got, I saw Joe Rogan up there talking about, oh God, I'm so glad Ricky said that. Everybody knows it's true. And he's got this big NASA thing, and his co-host or whoever was at the other microphone had their big NASA, their billboards for NASA, which literally means, can be translated. I've seen it, people have purported that it's translated liar or lie or deception. What the heck is Joe Rogan doing wearing a NASA logo like he's like an Indy 500 racer, advertising all these companies? NASA's sucking over $60 million a day from the American people. Thanks, Trump. Thanks. That was part of that $1.37 trillion spending package. NASA got a raise. Thanks, Trump. Yeah, we needed to give NASA more money so that they could upgrade their CGI so they could fool us just a little bit more. So now you got Joe Rogan and his co-host, advertising for NASA. And they're saying, oh God, I can't believe Ricky Gervais said that. Oh, he totally blew Hollywood out of the water the other night. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He was playing his part. Just like Joe Rogan's playing his part advertising for NASA. You got to be kidding me. So I just said all that to say, I don't say I guarantee you Jeffrey Epstein's not dead. There are people going, I guarantee you Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Why do I guarantee you Jeffrey Epstein is dead? Because he knew too much. It'd be better for him to be gone. Listen, let's think like a pedophile psychopath if we can for a moment. It's impossible, but let's just think about, bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel. Below the scum line, guys. Just try to think like that human being for a second. You're a billionaire. They tell us he's a billionaire. Okay, he's a billionaire. He's a friend of his handler, Ghislaine Maxwell, whose father is Robert Maxwell, who has ties to British intelligence agencies, who has ties to the Soviet KGB, who has ties to, the Mossad. Okay? Admittedly ties to the Mossad, and then mysteriously he got offed at some boating accident off the Canary Islands. Well, that was convenient. So we got Jeffrey Epstein. Let's say you're a billionaire, okay, and you got the likes of Hillary and Bill Clinton and all these other politicians in your pocket because you've had them recorded going into rooms and having sex with young girls and boys just doing disgusting things, showing that they're actually involved in part of the human sex trafficking rings going on. You get all these guys in your back pocket. Are you going to tell me that you, as a billionaire with virtually unlimited resources, guys, unlimited Israeli resources, you're not going to cross your T's and dot your I's and make sure you have a dead man switch or multiple dead man switches? And how that would work is, if you off me, and I don't show up at a particular location and put a particular code that only I know in, on, let's say, a weekly or 2 weekly or a monthly basis, and I have 3 sites in which I have to do this, and I got to be alive for that, you off me, all those things will go off sequentially, and it's going to dump terabytes and terabytes of information online, and you will be had. So you want to off me? That's what's going on. It will end your career. It will end your life, because everybody will see in graphic detail you, Congressman so-and-so, or Senator so-and-so, or President so-and-so, or Secretary of State whoever, having sex with these little kids. And then we'll see how the public treats you. So think twice about it before you off me, Jeffrey Epstein, the billionaire, who's crossed my T's and dotted my I's. You could make an argument there. People go, no, he's not going to off him. He knows too much information. Oh, if he's that smart of a guy like that they say that he is, if he was that rich of a guy, if he really had that many people in his back pocket, I would have my mansion just filled with cameras everywhere. Every room, every bathroom, every hallway, every closet would have a video camera. Monitoring equipment everywhere, in my yacht, on my plane, everywhere. Highly sensitive, top of the line, state of the art equipment, tracking these senators and these congressmen and all these diplomats on my Lolita Express. You better believe I'd have a couple kill switches. You kill me, you're going down, buddy. You better make sure I don't get into a plane accident. You better make sure they don't strangle me. You better make sure you get me out of this prison as soon as possible. Well, they got him out, I believe. He's somewhere. I don't believe he's dead. You know why? Because I don't believe official government tales and stories. I don't care how credible they think Dr. Baden is. He did not commit suicide. It was homicide. It's consistent with homicide because the hyoid bone, whatever. Yeah, that could have been Jeffrey Epstein's body and they could have had makeup on it. You don't know, I don't know. But I do know this, if I was a billionaire pedophile who had all this stuff on people, you better believe I'd have a dead man switch, a kill switch. You off me, you guys are all going down. And it's like, oh my gosh, don't touch Jeffrey. Whatever you do, don't touch Jeffrey Epstein. What was the prison thing all about? Why did he go to prison? Why did he even get to that point? I don't know. But I do know, former Department of Defense employee William Blum, he said, no matter how paranoid or conspiracy-minded you are, Whatever the government is doing is worse than you can possibly imagine in your wildest dreams. And that doesn't just go for government, that goes for Hollywood. However conspiracy-minded or paranoid you may be about Hollywood, what they're doing and the perversions they're involved in and the disgusting acts they partake in is far beyond anything you could possibly imagine in your wildest dreams. And it's not just for government, it's not just for Hollywood, it's also for mainstream, fake stream media. They're all covering up. They all want to dominate you. They all want to control you. They all want to make sure that you maintain this level of status quo as tax cattle so you can keep paying them because of your time and laboring energies. Anyway, this video has gone on way too long. Please share this with everybody you know. It's the only way I can overcome YouTube censorship and suppression algorithms. And I really appreciate you guys sticking around and hanging out. Watch a couple more of my videos if you can. It really helps the channel. And I will see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.